He's put on ice until years later where the future has practically obliterated crime. Presumably because of one night where all crime becomes legal. Hey, don't question it, it just works! But we find this future comes with a price. Anything bad for you is illegal. Smoking, high cholesterol, uneducational toys, eyebrows, even swearing gets you a fine.
Sanctimonious asshole.
Melina Huxley, you are fined 1/2 credit.
You shit.
Johnsman, you are fined. Johnsman, you are Johnsman.
Even though Huxley likes this world fine, she does long for the days of action. As you can see, having surrounded herself in 20th century nostalgia. Puh, loser. He disguises himself as Dennis Rodman the Menace when the police finally track him down.
Demand maniac lie down with hands behind back.
Lie down with your hands behind your back.
Yeah, this is what every minority wishes the LAPD was like.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
The police are scared shitless, not knowing how to handle him, and he ends up escaping. Of course, they figure out the only way to catch a maniac is to send in a maniac, so they unfreeze Stallone to go after him, seeing how his past work precedes him.
Are you sure this is real life?
How can you justify destroying a $7 million mini-mall to rescue a girl whose ransom was only $25,000?
Fuck you, lady!
I have no joke for that, it's just everybody deserves to hear that line. They set him up against a cheese grater and let him know the situation.
The year's 2032.
I had a wife. What happened to my wife?
Her light was extinguished in the big one of 2010.
Oh yes, we all remember the big disaster of that year.
We didn't thaw you out for a family reunion. Consider it fortunate the lieutenant even bothered to do a probe on your wife.
Cigarette, any cigarette.
Smoking is not good for you, and has been deemed that anything not good for you is bad, hence illegal. Alcohol, caffeine, contact sports, meat.
By God, it's a future if it was run by MSNBC. This is a cautionary tale from Tea Partiers, isn't it?
Bad language, chocolate, gasoline, uneducational toys, and anything spicy.
Oh yeah, if anything bad for you is illegal, then what's Rob Schneider doing in this movie?
Not many people get a second chance, John Spartan.
He rejoins an old friend who's so wise, sagey, and black that you're kind of wondering how the hell he never made it in a Stephen King film.
I remember when you were a snot-nosed rookie pilot.
They finally grounded me.
Shit. You're a damn good flyer.
They seem to be friends, yet he speaks to him in the most profane manner.
Well, if you had read my study, you would know that this is how insecure heterosexual males used to bond.
Fuck yeah!
I should really get rid of that!
Dr. Farnsworth tells him that the only guns that can be found anymore are at a museum, which is exactly where Phoenix ends up going to load up. On the way there, he listens to what are some typical catchy tunes.
The #1 request of the day, Armor Hot Dog.
Kids eat Armor hot dog.
Oh, wow.
Sissy kids. Even kids with chicken pox love hot dog. Armor hot dog.
My God, a future where everyone is sensitive, can't take a joke, and is obsessed with the past? It's a future run by Tumblr!
Somebody put me back in the fridge.
What seems to be your boggle?
My boggle?
Christ, I woke up in Canada. Actually, I wonder if the next song on the radio was this.
Don't you put it in your mouth, don't you put it in your mouth, don't you stuff it in your face, don't stuff it in your face.
But the founder of this new world, dressed as a White Castle Pope, runs into the middle of it. However, Phoenix doesn't seem to be able to kill him. That's because the founder has programmed his mind to go after another target.
Isn't there a thought repeating in that barbaric brain of yours? The name Friendly, Mr. Edgar Friendly. Don't you have someone to kill?
But he didn't say, would you kindly?
Then go and do your job.
So after, quote, saving his life, the founder invites him to dinner.
Please, I insist. I would like you to accompany me to Taco Bell.
A Mexican restaurant so popular, it was rejected from Mexico twice. Look it up, it's totally true, there's hope for humanity! You might be wondering, why the hell was he invited to Taco Bell of all places? Well, in one of the most painful of product placements until Adam Sandler became a movie star, they give us this vague yet utterly forced excuse.
You do not realize that Taco Bell was the only restaurant to survive the franchise wars.
So?
So, now all restaurants are Taco Bell.
Okay, screw the seashells, which I'm sure you'll need to bring a lot of going to Taco Bell, but what on earth were the franchise wars? Was it like the Burger King and his Spartan cows against Colonel Sanders and his mutated chickens? This movie needs a prequel. But hey, just when you think Stallone can plug anything else in this movie.
It's the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library. Wasn't he an actor when you...
Stop, he was president?
Yes. Even though he was not born in this country, his popularity at the time caused the 61st Amendment, which states that...
I don't want to know.
That's right, he had it made! And then he had his made, and everything went downhill from there. At this Mexican restaurant, where as stated before, no spicy or salty food can be served. So again, like a typical Taco Bell, our hero finds once again he has a hard time fitting in.
What would you say if I called you a brutish fossil, symbolic of a decayed era, gratefully forgotten?
Are you kidding? It's Stallone. He hears that like twice a week.
Call for backup. I'll be across the street.
But he notices a ton of dirty, hungry, drugged up people approaching the Taco Bell. Again, some things never change.
Please, don't!
What the hell?
But he finds out this group lives underground because they don't agree with living in such a fascist world.
The last remaining criminal element in the city. But plans are in progress to purge this peril from our day.
You are even better live than on Laserdisc.
They could come back.
Another roundhouse.
Hussey, look, this isn't the Wild West, okay? Hurting people's not a good thing. Well, sometimes it is, but not when it's a bunch of people looking for something to eat.
Again, no joke, just good line. So we see Phoenix goes underground to kill the leader of the rebels, just so he can come right back up to say he needs help.
I'll need about 5 or 6 more special men.
The founder agrees to thaw out some of his criminal buddies to help, while Huxley straight out asks our hero for quite a proposal.
I was wondering if you would like to have sex.
Now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a little different in the future, as the world partakes in what I can only describe as virtual boy sex. That came out much worse than I intended. As did that. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Wow, sexual interaction is done virtually without actually touching the person you're dating? This really is a future run by Tumblr.
When I thawed out, the first thing I wanted to do was knit.
For each inmate, the computer draws up a skill or trade which best suits their genetic disposition.
I'm a seamstress? Oh, that's just great.
God, I can just see all the Stallone memes now. I was knitting before it was hipster.
Can you give me Phoenix's rehab program now?
Sure.
But he discovers that Phoenix has been implanted with all sorts of hacking and martial arts info that would make him an unstoppable weapon. So I guess the real question is, why aren't the rest of the cops given these implants?
This isn't a proper rehabilitation program.
No kidding.
This causes him to go to the underground set of Super Mario Brothers, where he finally gets what he thinks is real food.
This is fantastic.
Just don't ask where the meat comes from.
Esta carne es de rata.
Rat. This is a rat burger.
Hey, after having Taco Bell, rat would taste like filet mignon, okay?